Hi, I'm Liz.
Hi, I'm Laura, and we'll be talking about what new media technologies we use for our project.
First, we created a website using Weebly to document our progress. This allowed us to keep all our research and production materials together and meant that we didn't have masses of loose paper to carry around. Having a website like this meant that we could link YouTube videos and other files, which would not be possible if we were using paper-based production materials. It also benefited us by keeping us organised.
The first stage of the filmmaking process was to research ideas and gather inspiration for our script. We used YouTube to find clips from other films, and we used Ian Fox's Media Studies resource website to find student films, as well as watching DVDs. Without these new technologies, this wouldn't have been possible, as we'd have no source of visual research. YouTube also has the benefit of letting us watch clips multiple times online, which means we can look at them in more depth.
The next stage was to plan and script our film. To do this, we used Microsoft Word and Celtx. Both these programs allowed us to neatly document our work and save it to multiple places, including USB drives. Being able to do this benefited our organisation, as we didn't have lots of paper, and also meant that we could easily make changes to the documents without having to completely rewrite. This also allowed us to complete the scripting process much more quickly than if we were writing it by hand.
For the Animatic, we used new technologies in the form of digital cameras, which allowed us to quickly photograph our plans and ideas and upload them onto a computer and sort them. This also meant we could get some idea of the shot types that we would later use on our actual film. We then used iMovie to put them together in the form of the Animatic. This allowed us to get a visual idea of how our film would look and meant we could show our initial ideas to a test audience and get feedback.
For the actual production of our film, we used a multitude of different technologies. The most important element was the camera itself, as without this we would not be able to capture our ideas on film. Using an SD card meant that it was extremely easy to transfer our shots onto a computer once we'd filmed them. We also used sound equipment to record live sound along with the images, and without this we would only be able to shoot silent films or use sound filmed in the studio. For scenes inside, we also used technology in the form of studio lighting, which benefited us by providing lighting exactly how we wanted it. All these elements together allowed us to create a high quality shots with ease.
Once we'd filmed all the shots we needed, we imported everything into Final Cut Pro, a program used to edit films and videos. This allowed us to professionally cut, order and edit our work exactly how we wanted it. Without this technology, we would have had to film everything in the order we wanted it to be in the end, which would have been extremely difficult and time consuming. Final Cut Pro also meant that we could edit our work by adding colour filters, transitions and text. In this section, we also used the internet to source extra sound effects and music, something that wouldn't have been possible without the internet.
We created a draft edit for our film and screened it to a test audience. We gave each audience member a question and recorded their response with them sat in front of a green screen. This allowed us to edit in a still from the movie. This benefited us by adding interest and creating continuity between our different products.
For our ancillary tasks, we use sound recording equipment and Final Cut Pro, which enables us to create a radio trailer. Using Final Cut meant we could include sound bites from the film itself. We also used Publisher to put together a magazine review in the style of others we'd previously looked at. We used Publisher instead of Word because it allowed us to use a template. Without this technology, we would not have been able to advertise our products at all.
The final stage of the filmmaking process was our evaluations. We used Microsoft Word to create plans and outlines for each evaluation. We then used sound recording equipment to record a DVD-style commentary, and cameras and sound equipment to record a TV interview and presentation. We used Final Cut Pro to edit the TV interview, and we also used Microsoft PowerPoint and a projector to create this presentation. These technologies allowed us to make our evaluations more interesting and dynamic than simple written evaluation.
We used a variety of new media technologies in each stage of this project, which allowed us to be organised and creative and realise our ideas. Without these technologies, the film would have been impossible to make. Thanks for watching our presentation.